I hope you're having an amazing Saturday and a beautiful weekend so far. So today I wanted to do a video for you about caffeine and the effects it has on your stress levels, because I know for me, when I had adrenal fatigue, I was definitely relying on caffeine big time, because I was waking up feeling really tired, really groggy, and I would rely on the caffeine to kind of give me that alertness that I was looking for, wake me up and give me some energy throughout the day. But what I didn't realize is that caffeine was actually negatively affecting me. And it's actually, there's a lot of health benefits to coffee and caffeine, but when you have problems with your adrenals, caffeine can have a negative effect on you. And then, of course, if you consume a lot of caffeine, then that makes it really even worse. So I've talked about caffeine in some of my previous videos when it comes to reducing stress or improving your sleep, but I never really explained why that is. And so that's what I wanted to do with this video. I wanted to explain to you exactly why caffeine is affecting you negatively when you have adrenal fatigue. So I've done a lot of research on this, and I've read there's actually a lot of studies out there about it. And it talks about how caffeine significantly adds to the effects of stress. It also potentiates stress. And it does this because it stimulates your sympathetic nervous system. So that's your fight or flight. And it actually releases cortisol. It releases adrenaline and norepinephrine. And so these are all the hormones that you have that are released when you're stressed, right? So for those of us that have been experiencing prolonged stress, then that means that we constantly have those hormones in our body. And then when we're consuming caffeine, what we're doing is we're increasing the release of that. And for healing, your cortisol needs to be super low. Not super low, sorry. Needs to be normal, it needs to be low, or else your body cannot heal. It can't maintain your immune functions and other things like that. So the fact that caffeine does that alone is a problem. And then if you with adrenal fatigue, you either have high cortisol levels that are high like during wonky times, or you have super low cortisol levels because you've reached that burnout. And so this is when you really need to be focusing on reducing your stress, reducing the need for those hormones. So like I said, so you can start healing. So caffeine consistently increases your blood pressure. It increases your heart rate, and it also causes rapid breathing. So those are all physiological signs of stress. So you're causing physiological stress in your body, and then that compounds with psychological stress, which is your perceived stress. It causes anxiety. It can amplify your anxiety as well for the same reasons. Your blood pressure is going up, your heart rate's going up, and you're breathing rapidly. Those are all things that happen with anxiety. So your anxiety is increased as well, and that's because of the adrenaline release. So if you are experiencing anxiety, which honestly, if you have adrenal fatigue, most likely you're experiencing anxiety, then this is making your anxiety worse. It also causes rebound fatigue. So if you're consuming caffeine regularly, it actually prevents your brain from using a neurotransmitter called adenosine, which is responsible for letting you know when you're tired. It makes you feel tired, and it actually, the more it builds up, the more tired you'll feel. So your brain is actually suppressing that when you consume caffeine, so you feel more alert. But then when the caffeine wears off, that adenosine comes, you start feeling that like twofold. So it can make you feel more tired. Not only that, our brain actually adjusts to the caffeine, to the alertness that we feel. So we will actually find that we feel more tired, more groggy, less alert until we have that caffeine. So you might feel more tired tomorrow than you did today if you consume a bunch of caffeine. So it causes that rebound fatigue. And these are all things that we do not need any help with, because chances are you're already exhausted. You're tired all the time. You have no energy, and then you're just perpetuating this by consuming caffeine, because it only gives you a small window of time that it's making you feel alert, and then it crashes down around you. Another thing is that they have found that caffeine actually lasts longer in our bodies than we originally thought. So your morning caffeine could actually affect you throughout the day, increasing your stress response, but also up until bedtime. So you could still be feeling the effects of the caffeine at bedtime, and even though you had it in the morning, and it can prevent you from or give you trouble falling asleep. And I mean, obviously this is something that we're already dealing with. You have high cortisol at night when it should be low, and you're having trouble falling asleep, and then you put caffeine in the mix, and that just makes it worse. And so then of course you're not getting enough sleep, you're waking up tired, the cycle starts all over again, and the more tired we are, the more stress affects us, the less we're able to cope. Another thing that's released when you consume caffeine is dopamine. And so we know that dopamine is something that's released when we eat sugar, when we consume narcotics, and so it's also true with caffeine. So you may feel good after drinking the caffeine, but then when it wears off, you feel low, super low. And because you're already experiencing depression and moodiness and anxiety, the last thing you need is to feel even lower than you did before. So caffeine really can have a negative effect on us. I'm really sorry, guys. I have like a super scratchy throat right now. My allergies have been so bad. I don't know if you guys have been experiencing that, but oh my goodness. My allergies have been so bad, and it's affecting my throat too. So excuse me for that. So basically, that is why I recommend that you reduce your caffeine intake. Or I mean, honestly, it's best to cut it out altogether. It's not like you can never consume caffeine again. You just need to understand like what it's doing to your body, and that it can actually prevent you from healing and alleviating your symptoms. And so if you're consuming it like once in a while, it's not a big deal. And then once you heal, once all of your hormone levels are normal and you're feeling good, a little caffeine's not going to hurt you. It's really just when your adrenals are already compromised and they're already having trouble keeping up with your life, that you really need to worry about the caffeine. So if you guys have any questions about this, please let me know. Put them in the comment box. I will go back and answer them on if you're catching this on the replay. If you're watching live, if you have any questions, now is a great time to ask. If not, which I don't see anything coming across, so if not, I'm going to leave you guys with that. If you think you have adrenal fatigue, you're struggling with the symptoms of adrenal fatigue, this is what I help women with, help you to alleviate your symptoms, and that includes low energy, chronic fatigue, trouble sleeping, all of that stuff, reducing your stress. And I love helping women with this, so I would love to talk to you, chat with you, see what you're struggling with and what's keeping you stuck, and really help you move forward and reach your health goals and really get you feeling better. So if this is something that you're interested in, I'm going to include a link to my calendar in the comments below. So you can click on it and schedule a free mini coaching session with me, so we can really figure out what needs to be done to get you back to living your life again, and enjoying life again. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I will talk to you all next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.